Okay, folks,
Previously
this is the first time
on
I have
Hunting
an
with Dribbler.
opportunity to track the sale starting at $1.
These are $1 a piece. This will do nicely. Really happy with the purchases.
What is happening, folks, and welcome to Hunting with Dribbler. I won't do that intro again, that was brutal. We conclude tracking the sale from $1 in the month of July to a whole bunch of money, and I cannot wait to show you the results. Check it out.
I collect so many things. Would you like to share this journey with me? I will show you the prizes I got today. So come along with me, come on and join in the chase. Yeah!
Alright folks, we last left off with $112.61. So let's get into what sold from where we last left off to Garage Sale Saturday. And these items that sold were truly important because they got us just enough money to really do it right on that Saturday. So let's get into what we sold and then right into the footage of Saturday garage sales.
Okay guys, where we last left off, we had gone to the private pick where I got $90 worth of stuff that I wish I never got. And then we also had 4 items we picked up from the Goodwill. The Goodwill pickups were the sailing model ship, the Blue Nose 2, the Angry Birds Star Wars, which is a terrible game by the way, the Seen It 2, 2nd edition I should say, and then the 6 Harry Potter hardcover books. The private pick, as you probably saw, was a whole lot of random, and there were really 2 specific items that sold that got us just enough money to go garage sailing. So the Pioneer CT F500, that sold, and that was sold for $80. And then the Realistic Navajo TRC-30A, that sold for $70. So that money, put it into the fund, and we're over $200 now. This is what we have to go garage sailing, so let's get out there and show you what we got.
What were you trying to get for?
Good morning.
Morning. Oh, stop it. How much you selling these guys for? The whole box.
The whole box?
Yeah.
Do the whole box for 60.
Right in the middle.
Yeah, for right now, I'll stay with 60.
Okay, fair enough, man. All of them. That's basically, essentially 3 a piece. Oh wait, no, that's not. That's $18.
Just the hydros?
Yeah.
The brand Hydro Flask. If you see it at a yard sale or a garage sale, buy it, especially if you can get it for like $3. It sells, it's kind of awkward to ship, but it's worth it because you can get around 20 bucks per item. So, and even in kind of rough condition too.
Hello.
Hi.
Okay, we're gonna stop right here for just a moment. I had no idea what I was about to open up, but I think what was amazing about this deal is that I didn't really know truly everything I had until I took it home. And then she told me the price.
I think they're new. I don't think they've ever been used.
How much would you like for all this stuff here?
Who has the stuff here? Well, she took out the price tags on them. How could she have used these? She ever washed them? She used them. Thank you. Well, let me look at them. Make sure they're not scrapped. So I'm going to get them there.
Hi there.
All right, let me see what you got.
Just thinking if I just took all
So
of it.
all of this?
Sorry, not
Oh,
this.
okay.
Just the video game stuff.
How about 40? How about 40? How about 40? What are these things, Karen? Do you know? So the shoes are 5, right? Okay. Now there's different things in here. Just in these?
Everything.
Oh, okay.
So 40 for
everything, yeah.
Okay.
Normally would have cost you 50, 60, so.
I can do that. Good morning.
Remember which piece it is, because
I
I was gonna work on it,
Okay.
but that one's complete.
This one's complete?
Yeah, it's a bunch of little guys.
Okay. How much for this one?
Give me $2.
$2.
That old Samsonite? $10
And old Ninja Turtle toys and random stuff. So,
How about a green Game Boy?
that'd be sweet, dude. Is it killing you to think about getting rid of that?
It's a paperweight, but I'll get it for you.
Do you have any games?
There's one in it.
There's one in it.
I think it's Wayne's World.
Wait, yeah. Why not? $5 for this thing.
Yeah, is it worth anything? I haven't looked up the.
Good morning. How you doing? Electronics. I'm kind of an electronics kind of guy, but that thing is pretty sweet.
Isn't it? It's air conditioning unit, and
Okay.
it should fit a studio apartment.
Yeah.
People lose. I had it for the longest time.
We got a whole bunch of stuff, and it all fit within our budget for tracking the sale of $1. Okay, we are now back at the house from a really wonderful day garage selling. I've got coffee now. By the way, let me tell you a little story about this. So roughly, I guess it was 2 years ago, where before I was doing any YouTube videos, I was buying storage lockers. And I wasn't buying a lot of them, but I was buying enough that I had a pretty decent amount of storage locker inventory. And a guy who I kind of admired, who was out there doing the same thing, who was just a hustler for his family, he said, you know what, you got to keep one item from each locker you get, so that you kind of have this, almost like this little token, a little charm that reminds you of, you know, the work you've done. So this is one I have from a locker, and this is like literally the only cup I'll drink out of unless I'm on the go. And then I want to show you one other one, and then we'll get into the recap. So if you buy storage lockers, just a little hint here, maybe keep one item. It doesn't have to be big, but just something to sort of remind you of the work you put in. So check this little guy out. And I talked about this particular locker on my segment with Chase after the right price and Phoenix resale. This was in that locker. It's a flag, of course, a pirate flag with the sign that says commitment to excellence. And of course, I'm not gonna sell that. That's staying with me. So it hangs up there in my garage as a reminder of, one, where I started, and two, where I'm going. So you see this, I wear this to garage sales for a reason, because I get people who are like, oh, you like Ninja Turtles? And I'm like, yes, of course I do. And just in the hopes one day someone's gonna sell me a whole bunch of their Ninja Turtle stuff for super cheap. Well, I went out and I stopped at a sale and the guy was like, hey, I've got a whole bunch of Ninja Turtle stuff. And I was like, are you gonna pull it out? He's like, no, I mean, they're in a box, man. I'm gonna keep them. And I was like, what are they doing in a box? I was like, I'm gonna display them. I'm gonna put them up on my shelf. And then the ones that I don't want, I'm gonna sell them. And he's like, kind of looked at me like, let me pull them out. So he tried for about 10 minutes while I'm sitting there waiting, going, gosh, could be at 2 more sales right now. Anyway, he took my number and he just called me back and he's like, I'm gonna send you some photos of everything I got and maybe we can make a deal. And I was like, sweet. So it pays to wear merchandise like this, indicating what you want. Paid $1 for this. It's kind of a set of Spider-Man 3 sheets, and I couldn't tell you if this is worth good money or not. These were actually included with that, so those were $1. This was $1, so I paid $2 basically for that. Stack of Car and Craft. There's some hot rod issues in there as well, and I think those are from the 80s. So I think some of those can be worth decent money. You know what? That's from 1976, so some of those might be worth some money. Some Sports Illustrated, which there are some really some good titles included. That one in particular is a great cover to have. For the magazines, I paid a total of $25. And then for the dolls here, this and all this Monster High stuff, which is kind of mixed with a couple of other things. It does have all the accessories in a bag here. So everything is included, and I paid for those items there. I paid $10, and you definitely want to keep an eye out for Monster High items because they go for pretty decent money, even if they're used. If you find them new at a thrift store or someone just has them new in the box, boy, those can go for like $50-$60 per doll. And this Disney Classics book, 12 board books, it's sealed. I didn't pay $5, I paid $3. These 2 model sets, I paid $2 total for both sets. Now the one on the bottom is new, but it's missing like one of the sheets. So it's almost worthless. This one is complete, and I think it sells for like $20. This, I just took a chance. I paid $10 for this really, really nice pair of Armani reading glasses. And then this putter here, I paid $5 for this. And the grip is in tough shape, but I do know that these putters are very desirable, and for $5 I should be able to get about 35 or 40 for it. So Hydro Flask is a great brand for resale. Also, if you find Yeti brand, that's also a really good one. The colored ones do have a little bit better resale value, but you do have to get all of the stuff off of it, right? So there's a fair amount of cleaning I have to do here. But the way I'm looking at it, I spent 17 or 18 bucks on it. There's definitely half hour or more worth of cleaning on these. So you kind of have to weigh your time invested on something like this. And I paid $2 for this. This is going for about 15. Not a great pickup. This is a box full of fresh hoods. So if you go to freshhoods.com, I got a whole box of this stuff. There's a couple of other items, but I think there's like 20 of them in here, 25 different ones in here. A new one like this goes for, like I said, $40. And if I have 20 or 25 of them, I'm gonna see what I can do. I don't buy a lot of clothing stuff, but I just thought these were super unique and maybe something around Christmas time that might be fairly desirable. I paid $10 for it. I haven't looked it up yet. It is late 90s, and the power of the Force
action figures that came out. Some of them do have decent value. This was my first sale of the day, second sale of the day. The first one I didn't get anything. Paid 20 bucks for these 3 games. They're in decent condition, but unfortunately I don't know why I paid 20 bucks for them. It's still a decent deal. And he gave me the book for free. I got this green Game Boy that had the Flintstones in it for $5. It does not have the screen cover, so I can get a replacement for that. Not sure if there's great value here, but for $5 I was fine. Just a box, empty. For this, for the Wii's, I'll go through the titles here in a minute, and it came with like 4 or 5 different controllers. Came with that PS2 in box. Unfortunately, the box is in brutal condition. But the PS2, I haven't tested any of the systems yet. I have to assume that they're in good condition, hoping they're in good condition, but that box would have been sweet if it was better than what it looks like now. And the games that I got for this were quite good. I'll tell you what I paid for everything here in a second. So Mario Party 9, Smash Brothers, Wii Resort, Scooby-Doo, Mario and Sonic, Mario Kart, Kirby's Dream Land, Super Mario Brothers Wii. I basically got 2 copies of this. I got 2 copies of this, and I did get the Wii Sports. I got all of that, the Xbox, the PS2, the Wii, and the Wii games for $40, and the Skylander stuff, which I haven't even looked at any of that yet. But that's not all that I got for $40. I also got this. Now, this is actually new in the box. Somebody attempted to open it and then somehow creased this inadvertently, but everything in here is completely new, and I'm not even going to do anything other than just show you that it's just, trust me when I say it's all new. So these go for over 300 bucks, and this was by far the score of the day. I'll have to sell it as open box for 40 bucks for this, for that, which came with that box, PS2 Slim, and the other red Wii. Are you kidding me? For $40? Just fantastic. So I'm starting to add into my videos a little banner at the very bottom that indicates kind of where I'm at or what exactly I'm doing. And recently I put one in saying sleepy time with Owen. And sleepy time is when I'm driving him around. And he does like going through alleys because there's a lot of bumps. And so thinking to myself, I don't know, a couple months ago, 3 months ago, I was like, all right, well, if I'm gonna go through some alleys, let's go to a rich part of Long Beach. And so I started doing that. I haven't found anything great except for the Manfrotto. I saw that, grabbed that, and then last night, I had a huge hit. I don't know if these people were having garage sales, but there was probably like 3 stops that I made. Everything was just sitting outside in boxes, so I grabbed all this stuff. Take a look. The JBL center speaker, this is like a studio speaker. It doesn't have the mesh or that screen cover, which I don't know how much that affects the value. I imagine probably quite a bit, but I got it for free, and this is something that I imagine somebody would be interested in. So I'll probably put a pretty low price on it and just make sure that I'm covering the shipping on it. And then this here was in a box with this, a free Xbox. I've already tested it and it works. I mean, it's, aside from it being a little bit dirty, it's actually in phenomenal condition. So this Blu-ray was in there, the cord was in there, no remote. I would say the likely scenario here is that we'll probably list this for 15, 20 bucks without the remote. I'll have to do a little more research, but it's nice to find something like that for free. And then the Xbox, like I said, it does work. It's in really good condition, but what the surprise was were the games. There's a couple of games here that are noteworthy. This does not have the manual, but this is a good game out there to find. I actually found this in season 1, new sealed. So really fantastic to come across that again. The disc is in excellent condition, so whoever was throwing this away was just like, I don't want to deal with it anymore, which is strange. And then this is actually a pretty decent game. This is complete, and it does have almost no scratches on the disc. So finding that in a box, that was pretty sweet.
Sleepy time with Owen yet again nets out a little bit of free treasure. All right, folks, and that was today's episode, and we have finally concluded tracking the sale from $1 in the month of July, and let's go over the totals. But before we do that, a couple of things to note. The first one is there were definitely instances in this project where I just didn't get some of the footage, and I know that can be a little bit suspect, and my channel's probably not big enough where there's a whole bunch of people wondering whether or not I was being honest with this. All I can say is I spent way more time building this YouTube video than I ever did on the actual reselling itself. And I suppose that's very telling. For any of you who are out there trying to do this, you have a considerable advantage. The advantage is you have time. Time to do this properly can really net massive results, and I genuinely believe that when I show you what my final number was, I think you can do 2 or 3 times that, because you'll just have more time depending upon your situation. The second thing to think about is what you'll find out in the wild is going to be completely different for all of you, and not all of you have to start with $1, and you can really start this project off with a much bigger bang than I did. The idea though is that you don't need anything to get into this business, and it just goes to show you there's significant value in this type of work, and it just doesn't feel like work to me. So let's find out, what was the grand total? How much did we make in this project in the very end? So the entire total that we made in the month of July, from July 1st to July 31st, subtracting all fees, all cost of goods, and all shipping costs, we made a total of $892.50. We did come up a bit short from our $1,000 goal, but I wasn't too disappointed because we started with $1. But here is what gets even better. So if you add on 10 days into August, on August 10th, we had this much money in the fund. $1,338.52. That means we sold an additional $500 worth of stuff in those days, and that gets me a lot more excited, but here it gets even better. Up until 2 days ago, everything that sold from August 11th up until 2 days ago, this is how much money we had in the fund. We had $1,507 and some change, and that, my friends, was just a bit mind-blowing. But it gets even better. We also had $940 in items that are still listed on eBay today, and that means the total that we could potentially get if we sold every single item is $2,400. But to imagine that we can make $2,400 in just a few months, I mean, I'm just really blown away by that. So I wanted to mention some variations on this project that I think could be really unique. Tracking the sale all the way from $1 in 30 days to how much money we can make is truly unique, but I think what would be also interesting is to do a spin where we're only selling things locally. That's not necessarily what I'm going to do next time, but I think I'm going to keep providing different types of challenges for tracking the sale, because this project is too unique just to do it as $1 for 30 days. There's just different spins, different variations. Maybe we only have 2 weeks, maybe only have 10 days. But you can imagine the different variations of this project to really garner a lot of interest and to get people to move over to the reselling dark side. Anyway, folks, that was it. I'm really excited about the future of this segment. I'm happy with the results, and I hope you guys enjoyed what we found and found a little bit of value in this project. All of you who are watching, I hope you can hit a thumbs up for all the hard work that got put into this, and for any of you who have been watching my channel, please consider becoming a subscriber. I would love to have you a part of the weekly journey. With all that, folks, I will see you next time. Take care. Next time on Hunting with Tripler.
Process was there, because that's rare, right?
Yeah, it is. When I was a kid,